Good evening. I'd like to welcome all of you to the Candidates Forum this evening. And we'll start with opening statements from all the candidates, 2-minute opening statement. And we'll start with Karen. Ladies first. How's that sound?
My name is Karen Stupi. I'm your current First District Commissioner. I would like to remain your First District Commissioner. I'm married to Scott Stupi, and we have 2 grown children, Sam and Lee Stupi, and we've been married for 38 years now. I'm a lifelong resident of St. John County. I truly love this county and am proud of where I come from and want to make our county an even better place to live. I am the daughter of the late Norman and Shirley Follert. My husband is the late son of Ed and Minerva Stupi. We both were raised in this blue-collar family. I believe in hard work, and nothing is free in this world. You have to work for it. This is not a part-time job. I go into the office daily and check on things, do paperwork, check my emails, make phone calls, check on grant funding. I treat this like a full-time position. To do it right, you have to dedicate the time and the effort into this position as a full-time position, going to other meetings besides our Monday and Thursday meetings. I am the liaison for the Fair Board, the University of Missouri Extension, the secretary for the CMO Commissioners Group, member of the TAC for the City of St. Genevieve. I attend these meetings on a monthly basis in the evening. I will continue to improve our county roads and bridges, our county properties, continue to seek out grants, and here are some of the few things that the LATCF funding has been used for. Air duct cleaning in the courthouse, lighting in the courthouse, improvements, courtyard project, election supplies, and projects that are pending that we are going to possibly use these funds for improvements. I am a part of the process right now to restore our local sales tax that was removed by the implementation of statute number 144054. I am working along with the other 2 commissioners to get our Missouri Association of Counties to help us, along with our state legislators, to get our sales tax, our local sales tax restored. We have engaged an attorney to help with this legal process. I must fight for what's right here for the financial stability of our county. I will continue to represent each one of you to my full potential and will continue working hard for my constituents and our county.
Thank you, Karen. Next will be Corey Ford.
Yes, my name is Corey Ford. I'm 55 years old. I've been a resident for 27 years of St. Genevieve County. I've been married 21 years to my beautiful wife, Patty. We've raised 2 sons in this county. And since earning their high school diploma, that they both went into the construction industry. I grew up in construction. My stepfather had a small excavating and utility company. I grew up working with him. I graduated in 1988. Entered in the Marine Corps and spent 5 years. After being honorably discharged, I went back into construction, and I'm a 25-year member of the 513 Operators Union. I started my own business in 2002, excavating construction. I've done numerous road and bridge projects. I've got over 30 years experience in the construction industry. Everything from residential to heavy highway and bridge construction. And if elected, I promise I'll take on any and every issue that comes about. I know there's a lot that I don't know about the inner workings of government. I haven't had time to really dive into all the issues because I'm still working, but I promise that I will tackle them. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mark Marbury.
Mark Marbury. I just recently found out I'm 6th generation in St. Genevieve County, and of course a native of St. Genevieve County. Lived here all my life and love this county. My wife Norma and I are married 17 years. Is that correct, dear? I get in trouble for that. Current sitting District 2 Commissioner was appointed in January 2023 by Governor Parson to fill a vacant seat. Currently floodplain manager, community center liaison, and New Bourbon Port Authority liaison. I created the local government town hall. We had our second annual one a few months ago. basically putting together local leaders so that local residents can have transparency of the functions of state and local government. Adopted an internal commercial driver's license training program so that we can hire non-CDL employees to eventually be able to use our equipment through the road and bridge system, saving thousands of dollars. I'm also an LPA, which is a local public authority, which is training through MoDOT so that I can sign off on MoDOT projects as we do those. We work often with MoDOT in conjunction with MoDOT on especially bridges, but there's also other projects that happens. A commissioner is basically an executive function. It's becoming more incredibly complex all the time due to the different types of funding, where the funding sources are. And it's really hard to keep up with as far as the continually rapid changes. And as Karen alluded to, we're having to deal with the state legislature. It's going to be interesting next year, having cut funding to us. We don't agree that they have the authority to do that with local taxes. And it's going to take a lot of fighting with legislators. We're also going through the legal route. We're also having to work with our county, and I think we're going to eventually get municipalities involved because they will be affected too by local tax removal or exemptions, and also through the media. And it's something that I used to do as a newspaper reporter, so I totally understand how to use transparency in the media to get the truth out to voters so they can understand how that works. And we have a track record of creating some heartburn in Jefferson City as a newspaper reporter. Maybe I shouldn't let that cat out of the bag. Some of them may not appreciate that, but we're going to have to work with them and explain the Hancock Amendment, which is part of the Missouri Constitution, that they are regularly violating some of these legislative situations.
Thank you, Mark. And now the Democratic candidate, Brent Guile.
Thank you. My name is Brent Guile, running for District 2 Commissioner. I graduated from St. John High School in 1984. Graduated from Rankin Technical College 2010 with a certificate in industrial maintenance. Married to Chris Ballard Guile, 36 years. We have 2 grown children, both whom live in St. John County, 5 grandchildren, and twins on the way next year. My parents were Junior and Sally Guile, both deceased, but my dad also had businesses in St. John County. Currently employed at Special Road District, and I also had 6 years at MoDOT working on the roads and bridges, Mississippi Lime Company, where I worked underground with equipment and roads, and outside on maintenance, working on heavy equipment. Member of St. Genevieve Catholic Church and Knights of Columbus in St. Genevieve, LJCs, and Sportsman's Club of Ozora. Spare time, I like to hunt, spend time with my family and friends. If I'm elected, I do everything I can to help the county and work hard at it. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent. And now we will ask each candidate, I've got 3 questions here to ask, and we'll ask each candidate these 3 questions. The first one is, and we'll direct this to Karen. Okay, we'll start with you. America seems to be more politically divided than ever. How will your political affiliation, Republican or Democrat, affect your decisions as a county commissioner?
I feel like at this level, on the county level, it really, to me, doesn't matter whether you're an R, D, an L. I mean, I'm going to represent you to the best of my ability. I don't play favorites. I'm going to represent you, and I don't really care about your party affiliation. I'm going to represent you, and I don't play favorites. So I feel like there's a lot of division in our country and we need to work together. I work well with my other two commissioners who are Republicans. I'm a Democrat, but we work as a team. We work as a unit. And I feel like I've done that the past 4 years and I will continue to do that.
Okay, second question. If finances are any better in 2025, what goals do you have for the road and bridge department to achieve?
To improve our bridges, to improve our low water crossings, to improve our roads, try to get more roads paved that aren't paved right now, which we call new road paving, which are gravel roads that are just gravel. So we want to try and pave those. Definitely, continue working on that, continue improving our county properties, continue making improvements to the fairgrounds, continuing to make our county a better place.
Okay, third question. This question is similar to the one you answered in July at the Candidates Forum. How do you feel your life or work experience will help you perform this job?
Well, I've worked in the courthouse for 17 years. I'm sorry. I worked 13 years in the county clerk's office, and I've done the past 4 years as a county commissioner. So I'm very familiar with the budgets, the financial statements, Board of Equalization, how the day-to-day operations work in county government. I work well with the other elected officials. I want to work as a team, and we all need to work as a team in order to be able to make our county a better place. So I'm definitely qualified. I've been there for 17 years now, and I want to continue to make our county a great place to live.
Thank you, Karen. Okay, Corey Ford. America seems to be more politically divided than ever. How will your political affiliation, Republican or Democrat, affect your decisions as a county commissioner?
It won't. I will, every decision I make is going to be for the better of the county and for the better of the residents of the county. Being Republican, and that's in my opinion, that should be anybody's decision, Republican or Democrat. You're going to be working for the county. So if I'm elected, that's how I will face every decision.
Okay, question number 2. If finances are any better in 2025, what goals do you have for the road and bridge department to achieve?
First and foremost, I think that raises should be in the line in order to keep county workers. You got to have good wages to keep good people. And there's some that are probably approaching, just by looking and watching them and talking to them, approaching retirement. So we got to get newer, younger people in. And unfortunately, that's going to take higher wages. And I'd really like to have a town hall meeting and meet with the public and see what their opinions are and moving forward with that.
Okay. Third question. This one is similar to the one you answered in July at the Candidates Forum. How do you feel your life and work experience will help you perform this job?
The most important thing I learned in the Marine Corps was leadership and solving problems quickly and decisive manner. And I proved that well in the Marine Corps. I proved that through my life and as a construction business owner. I've sat in many meetings with MoDOT engineers, developers throughout the years, and worked with them. And I know that I can work with anybody. And that's what I intend to do, is to do what needs to be done for the county, for the better of the county.
Okay. Thank you, Corey. Okay, Mark. First question. America seems to be more politically divided than ever. How will your political affiliation affect your decisions as county commissioner?
I have one way of dealing with any subject or anything we deal with, the right way. And actually, in that position, political affiliation is almost non-existent. I work with the Democrats all the time. As Karen said, I work with her. I think we do well together. We disagree, but we all disagree, and we hash it out. We go on with it. there are plenty of Democrats in the courthouse. I go talk to them all the time. It's not a matter of, this is the Republican way or Democrat way. This is what we do is heavily regulated by state statutes and federal government regulations. So it's not a matter of if I'm going to do it the Republican or Democrat way. It's the right way. And when it's done the right way, even as convoluted as it is, it makes the job easier.
Okay, thank you. If finances are any better in 2025, what goals do you have for the road and bridge department to achieve?
Well, obviously, if finances are better, we do need to continue the paving process. I live on a gravel road, and I can't get my own road paved as commissioner. We just simply don't have the funding for it. But there needs to be continuous upgrades. We have some roads that are really needing significant upgrades, but because of where the terrain is and things, it's very costly. And we're having these businesses move in and then expecting these upgrades. And it's going to be difficult. Bridges, yes, we need to continue replacing bridges. Unfortunately, that goes through the state of Missouri. It's very time consuming, very lengthy to get a new bridge put in. It's called the BRO funding. But it definitely needs to be done. It just becomes a matter of what budget we have. This is a county of less than 19,000 people. And so the sales tax, which is the greatest part of our income, is always relatively low to begin with. And of course, with this tax exemption that we're going to have to fight with, it became much worse, dramatically worse. But yes, I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things that needs to be done is more road paving.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Final question is similar to the one you answered in July. How do you feel your life and our work experience will help you perform this job?
Previously, I had been a newspaper reporter, and while that doesn't sound like it matters, it does dramatically because I did cover local governments for almost 4 years. So when I started out here, I already knew a lot of how the process worked, having spent hundreds of hours with officials in St. Francis and St. Genevieve County. Unfortunately, what people often don't realize in government, the process is almost as important as the result, which could be a nightmare, red tape. But I did know that. I have these working relationships with local legislators who will be going to Jefferson City next year. And I've already burnt some capital with some of them about trying to get some of this legislation revoked, because the reality is we can talk all day and all night about what we want to spend down here. If we don't get it fixed up there, we're not going to get it down here to spend. So I think that I have that advantage with this personal relationships with these legislators and getting some of these things fixed that we need to fix to increase our funding.
Thank you, Mark. Brent, question number one. America seems to be more politically divided than ever. How will your political affiliation affect your decisions as county commissioner?
I don't feel it will. I'm like Karen and the rest of them. I never have cared a D or an R about, most people I don't even know which party they follow. I've always been the kind of person that went for the person, not the party. But all my decisions are going to be made for the betterment of the county and the betterment of the people of the county.
All right, thank you. If finances are any better in 2025, what goals do you have for road and bridge departments to achieve?
Well, my number one goal would be to get more roads and bridges worked on and paved, and get more revenue into the county. I think that's my main goal.
Okay. Okay. And third question is similar to the one you answered in July at the candidates forum. How do you feel your life or work experience will help you perform this job?
Well, I think my hands-on experience in my jobs were like working with MoDOT and special roads, running equipment and doing the paving operation with them and knowing the process will help. Also think common sense is I have a lot of, and also conservative with my own money. I watch what I spend and what I spend it on. I feel that'll be beneficial to the community when it comes to budgeting and the county's money, knowing where and how the money is spent. I think I work well with others. It doesn't matter what party they're affiliated with. I know a lot of the people of the community. I think that's a really big asset I have. I think we're working with the community center board. I think that'll be a good thing because I know all those guys on a personal level, or most of them, and I think that'll be a big asset for me, just knowing a lot of the people of the community. And I'll work hard, be available to the people and approachable, and listen to their concerns. And living in the community my entire life, I spend my money here. My entire family lives here, and I think it's my home, and I don't plan on ever going anywhere. So.
Thank you, Brent. Okay, each candidate now will have a 1-minute closing statement, starting with Karen.
Well, this might sound like a fifth grade essay question. What do the words St. John County mean to me? It's the people that come together to fundraise when we have an individual or a family that's facing a financial hardship, or a nonprofit organization that needs to raise funds for a community project. It's the people in this room, people watching on the TV that care about where our county is, where it's going, and how we're going to get there. You need the correct, qualified people sitting in that county commissioner chair that truly cares about our county and are running for these positions for the right reasons. I want to continue to be that person sitting in that chair and would appreciate your vote on November 5th, 2024. I'd like to thank everyone in this room here that took the time out of their busy schedules to come here and participate in this candidate forum. I'd like to thank Art Armbruster for moderating, St. John Herald, Mark Evans for helping with this, and any other people that were involved in making this event happen. It's nice to see everyone here, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Karen. Corey?
Yeah, I feel my over 30 years of experience in construction would be a great benefit to the county. I will work with anyone in the county that wants to work with me, and my knowledge in construction and leadership. I believe that there's a lack of construction experience on the county commission right now, and there needs to be someone on there who has that experience. And I believe I'm the most qualified candidate for District 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark?
I think that I have a bit of advantage, as I previously mentioned, about knowing these legislative, and much as we hate it, that's a upstream situation for some funding. Unfortunately, I probably will be spending time in Jefferson City this spring, should I be elected. And I don't enjoy the process. I don't enjoy the thought of it, but it may have to be done to fix some of these issues. I want to take care of some issues that I think we're a little bit lacking on dealing with FEMA. I'm a little concerned about some of our things that will be coming possibly in the future with emergencies, widespread emergencies. I also want to focus on expanding and maybe getting more time involved in grant writing. We need more grants. Unfortunately, it's a tedious process. It's one of those necessary evils as part of our funding process to expand are receiving grants that we can actually expand. We might even be able to do more paving on roads through those. It just depends on what's available and what time it takes to get that accomplished. Along with just basically, we've really been streamlining a lot of programs within the county. I've been working on that. We've combined a few things that these desperate different departments have been doing and hiring somebody. Well, we have somebody qualified to do it in the other department. So we've been combining some of those things and saving a lot of money in the process. And I just think that it's going to be rough next year. Let's be honest. It's going to be rough. We are low on funds. That's not magically going to disappear next year. It just won't happen. And so it's going to be a rough transition. We're kind of at a crossroads. We're dealing with stuff that other counties are dealing with. And we're kind of at a crossroads with some of these things. And we need to reverse a lot of start increasing retail. I hope that the city gets together on moving forward on getting these homes built in this new subdivision. Once those things start in action, it will really improve our county. So there's a lot of projects, and sometimes you kind of get in over your head and get so many of them going. But I think we'll be doing better by this time next year if we can get these things fixed and move forward.
Thank you, Mark. Brent?
I just want to say that I think with any job that you enter into, you're not going to have as much experience as the people that are in at the time, but you get experience by on the job, training, and I feel that I'm easy to work with. I listen well to others, and I'm a fast learner, and I would appreciate your vote in November.
Okay. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate your comments. And that's it.